Hey everyone, and welcome to Offstage, a conversation with students, hobbyists, and professionals from the world of music about music with me, your host Anagh. And today I have guests Vicky and Sakshat. Hey guys, how's it going?
What's up,
What's up,
man?
Anagh? It's
What's
going cool,
up? What's
man.
up? Going good? Going good?
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
all
yeah,
All
doing
good,
good.
all good. Caught up with a
yeah,
lot of stuff.
Ah, yes, aren't we all?
yeah.
Yeah. So to start right off, could you guys give a quick little introduction to yourselves? Vicky?
Okay, so hey guys, I'm VickyVortex, which is my stage name, and I am a music producer, singer, rapper, and a songwriter. So
Nice.
I am also into making what do you say BGMs and short films, and really aspire to like tap into every genre that exists. So that's me. Yeah.
Nice, nice. And
Sakshat.
Sakshat?
Hey guys, I'm Sakshat and my stage name is Sakshat as well. So
Very original.
yeah, very original. So yeah, again, I'm a lyricist, I'm a musician, I'm a dancer, I'm a rapper.
Hmm.
Pretty much been into the music and artistic field for half of my life, more than half of my life, and I'm trying to get that part of my life into my professional life as well. Like I'm trying to integrate music, art, and dance into my future as well by, doing some business with it, especially
Oh wow.
providing a platform for artists to
Hmm.
showcase their talent and make money from it.
Oh
So
wow,
that's my
man,
end.
that's nice, nice. And one thing I ask all my guests, and I'm going to ask this to you as well. I really want to know is how you guys got into music and into the artistic field in general. Vicky?
Okay. So I do get this question a lot. So
Hmm.
okay, so it all started with this baby right here.
Okay.
so this is a happy accident. This wasn't supposed to exist in my life,
What is
but
it, Vicky?
it is a MacBook Pro.
Oh,
so basically, this laptop was meant for someone else,
Hmm.
but it landed in my dad's hands, and he's like, "Okay, let's just keep it." And one day, my curious mind just wanted to explore, an Apple MacBook and see what awaits my future. So there is this software which everyone probably knows, which is called GarageBand.
Ah,
So
yes,
yes,
GarageBand.
yes. So I was probably 15, and
Hmm.
I was just going through all the samples, and I was trying to make something musical out of it.
Hmm.
And yeah, one thing led to another, and then one day I hit this guy up, and I'm like, "Hey, so I made this melody. Do you wanna like write something and hop in?" Like, and he's like, "Yo, we should collab." And yeah, we have our first single out, which is Bossed Up, which came out 2020. Go check it out.
Yeah.
and
nice.
um, yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much where my music journey started. So yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a quite that's quite a refreshing music story of it. Normally, it's like, oh, like my dad is into music, or I grew up with a lot of music in my
Exactly.
house. For you, it was
Exactly.
a MacBook Pro started it. So, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's quite nice, man. And Sakshat, what about you? How did you get into music and the
Well,
artistic field?
I basically we used to have this yearbook where we
Hmm.
used to get like all photos, basically all of the students have achieved in their life. We used to have a yearbook
Hmm.
where we mentioned all of that. But then there
Hmm.
was one part where you could write, poetries and songs
Ah,
or
yeah,
like stories or something like that.
right.
So my journey started there where I wrote a rap. Like it was, I would say it was really horrible, but I tried there. I still remember how bad I was at that time. But like that's where I began. Like I started writing stuff, and that point, I also got into a lot of hip hop because
Hmm.
I was a dancer, right? So
Right.
my basically whatever I heard was more inclined towards hip hop rather than any other genre.
Hmm.
So that brought me closer to rap because it creates a lot of influence in hip hop, right? It's one of the main
Right.
pillars of hip hop.
Hmm.
So that's what got me into the zone of music. And I used to write, of course, but then at one point of my life when I was in school, probably after Vicky left is when
Yeah.
we got in touch with each
Yeah,
other. We were in
exactly.
the same school, so
We went to the same school together, and
yeah,
the year I left is when we got close online
yeah,
on Instagram.
quite funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
So basically, our roads diverted, and then they again joined. So it
Hmm.
was
it's pretty
basically
cool
like
what
that.
music can
And
do.
yeah,
Like
Yeah, very
just
true, very
binds
true.
people.
it's
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
connected us. Basically, we both knew what we were doing, but we didn't have a place where we could, combine. So that
Right.
gave us music gave us a platform, like a pathway, basically, to,
Yeah.
connect with each other and share our thoughts. And that's how we came up with our first song.
Nice,
And
man.
we can talk about this for the rest of the day, but then it'll take a lot of time. So
Yeah.
we'll cut till that.
Right. And Vicky, I also want to
Yeah.
know where the stage name came from, VickyVortex.
Excellent question. So
Why not VickyVortex?
no, because a lot of my friends like prefer Vicky as my nickname, just to call, hey bro, Vicky, what's up, bro? And I'm like, okay, that's step one, which is already there. Step two, I need a 2-syllable rhyming word that goes with Vicky.
Okay.
I literally went to the dictionary and I found vortex. Okay, let me combine both of them. VickyVortex. It's actually not that bad. I Google, praying that no one else has taken over the stage name. And luckily, no one did.
We can tell about your story with the vortex
Okay,
word, right?
so here's the story I tell people on the short version, basically. So,
Okay.
yeah, basically, Vicky is me, and vortex is a strong, powerful force that has a strong epicenter, and that epicenter is me. So basically, I am attracting everyone around me and increasing their like music chakra, basically.
And
Oh,
voila.
wow. That's
That's how we
quite
get
the
VickyVortex.
Damn.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like the origin, the proper story where you've just gone through a dictionary. It's pretty much a very equivalent version of random word generator. Like, oh,
Yeah. No, that's what actually happened versus expectation. So,
expectations versus
Yeah.
reality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sakshat, you were mentioning about dancing, right? So one thing I want to know is what came first, the music part or the dancing part? And in relation to that, since music and dance share a lot in common, especially since dance uses, like, to dance you need music, and so has dancing helped in say music in general, or in writing, or in any musical aspect, and the other way around also, has is being a musician or being a rapper or having that inclination towards music helped in dancing? That's also something I would like to know.
Definitely. So, yeah. So to answer your first question, yeah, I was a dancer first, and then I got into music and rapping, basically. But I'll tell you one thing. While I was before, like not before, I would say simultaneously. While I was doing my dance classes, okay, it was like that typical teenage boy who's going to school, right? It was like going to school and then going back home by 2 to 3, and then going to piano classes, which I didn't mention earlier. I used to go for
Okay.
keyboard classes, and that was from 4 to 5, and then from 6 to 7:30, I used to have my dance classes. So it was all at one place. So my day used to start with attending school and then playing the keyboard, understanding music, and then applying that understanding to dance. So dance cannot go
Okay.
without music, right?
Yeah.
And you need to have an understanding, like 5, 6, 7, 8. You need to go on beats. So
Yeah.
music has one way helped me a lot, because if I didn't know how to understand music, me dancing properly or like on beat would be difficult. So music has given me that base, which of course helped me stand out, at least with my peers at my dance class. So I was better at understanding music, hence helping me dance better. So of course they share a great correlation, and dancing puts a lot of weightage on music, because unless you understand the music well, you cannot execute the dance which is given to you properly. Of course you can dance it out, but execution is important. Unless you catch it properly, catch the beats properly, you won't be able to execute it. So that's how I can say, like, dance and music are correlated for me, at least. Being both, I can say it goes hand in hand. Unless you understand music, you won't be able to dance properly. And
Right.
music, coming to the other way around, like me dancing and me being into so many different things, especially my life. I've experienced a lot of things in life. So
Right.
putting that into my music helped me, you know, share my thoughts, share my feelings about how I live, how I think the society works, and stuff like that. So I feel like I've probably grown up a lot due to all of this, because I've done a lot of stuff in my life.
Right.
Like, not big stuff, but like I've done a lot of stuff and gone through stuff for me to take that experience and apply that in my music or my studies. So yeah, that's, I think, the answer.
Yeah, yeah, and I think for all dancers and musicians out there, and especially for musicians who are taking an interest into dancing, that what you just said really helps in understanding the correlation between dance and music and how knowing one helps the other. So yeah, what you said is really helpful, and yeah, man, great answer. And Vicky, you were telling me in the beginning, like you got into music just by a laptop, right? And exploring GarageBand. So I want to know what gave you that push to take production seriously and actually get into the whole nuances of being a producer and composing and making beats and doing everything that comes with it. And also, could you tell me a little bit along with that about your keyboard slash piano and your singing journey also?
Sure, sure. So I'll start with the push basically. So I'm a big fan of Martin Garrix because
Okay.
he is an EDM DJ producer, and like he's really impacted created that spark in me in, I'd say, my early 14, 15 years, and which really pushed me to explore furthermore. Like I had FL Studio before, and then I got into a garage band before that. So like everything, like one thing led to another. But what really gave me that encouragement was Arindam sir from Octavium.
Ah.
Big shout out to him, because he has set that path, and he's shown me the way basically. And he's basically like helped me, clip the wings for me to fly further. Like, these are metaphors, and like the lessons and the connection that I've had with him during our studio sessions. And our song again, Bossed Up, was recorded in the Octavium studio with Sakshat and sir. And he was so kind enough to like allow me to even start with my own projects. At the same time, he was also teaching me during that whole process of vocal recording, and I could understand so much within that 1 hour of class, 1 to 2 hours of class. I could understand how to sing, how to have a singer, how to work with a singer, and how to mix and how to interact with them. Sometimes he would take multiple takes and he would probably get bummed out, and sir encouraged him, and he basically showed me that there is a way with each singer, and if you find that knack with that person, like, you can be the best music director slash producer. And overall, just be humble with whoever and just be chill, make them feel comfortable. As long as they are in their comfort zone, they will be surely ready to get out of that comfort zone as well and give the best output back for us. So that is in case of my growth from there. And my keyboard is basically, I would just watch random YouTube videos and try to learn different pop songs or rock songs, or like all types of famous songs, and just try to like impress the friends I have around me. Like, yo,
We do get
I can do
impressed.
this. Yeah. And I see the response, and I'm like, okay, this is encouraging. They're actually taking it in a nice spirit, and then I start building up from there. And then I start remembering like, oh, okay, the chords which are in this song are also in this song, so that is a G, and this is also G. And then I
He's
start, and
also
then
a G.
so from there I like, and then I've stumbled upon this thing called music theory, and I'm like, okay, so here's the notion. Okay, now okay, I gotta dive in. So one thing led to another, and I am currently doing my piano grades in Trinity, and I'm doing a music degree in Berkeley online.
Wow.
So Berkeley College, yeah. So I just started my first sem like last month, and it's going pretty good. So yeah, and this is where I am at right now. And singing, I am learning. I started learning classical singing, Indian,
Okay.
because I was really fascinated with how, like, as much as you hear, like, there's Ariana Grande, there is what's her name, Maria Carey, and but there's just something about SPB. There's just something about S. Janaki. There is something about their voice which is insane. And when you hear the stories of how they would give the perfect takes and everything, and that
In
just,
one shot.
yeah, just one take without any additional in equipments back
Right.
in the time. And that was just fascinate that still fascinates me to this day, and that encouraged me to, like, you know um explore my vocal capacity and see to what range I can sing and how well I can sing, how many people are drawn to it, whether they like it or not. And it just excites me that there's so much more to do, because right now I can play the guitar, I can play the keyboard, I can sing. I have 8 years of experience in the tabla,
Oh,
and
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Nice,
yeah,
man.
yeah. So that tabla basically helped me with rhythmentation, rhythmic notation, and timing basically. And
Yeah.
the melodic sequence is completely classical, so I know which pitch and everything. I can just, like, mentally picture which sounds good, and I'm not like Charlie Puth or anything, but like I can kind of almost get to that point. So we're all growing, we're all learning, so this is where I am at right
Nice, man. And I've seen your progress. I remember the first time meeting you in Octavium, like all those years back. I think I was
yeah,
practicing drums and you had just come in for your session with Arindam
yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
And yeah, man, it's great to see that progress and your journey, that where from where you started to where you are now. And also for people wondering what he was talking about with Arindam, it's the production course that we offer at Octavium, which is, I believe, a 6-month course that is mentored by Arindam Chaudhary, or Arindam sir, as Vicky has mentioned. And Sakshat, one thing I want to ask you is, you had mentioned you're also a lyricist, right? And I want to know how you think your lyrical writing has improved from when you started to where you are now, and what has helped you improve the writing and evolve as a writer.
Right. The main answer is listening.
Okay.
You listen to a lot of stuff. You listen to people talk. You listen to artists talk about them, about their journey, about their life. You listen to how artists write their songs. You get inspired in that way, and that helps your writing a lot. Like for me, from the first time that I wrote, as I mentioned in my yearbook, I was horrible again. Like I can't even tell you how bad I was at that time. And me getting influenced by people like Eminem, then who Tupac, and all these great rappers, it just helped me understand what is the importance of writing good. There are two things: you either write whatever comes on your head, or you write something that makes sense and really portrays your emotions in the best way. You can say the trees are tall, but then
Right.
how you can say it in the most desirable and attractive manner, like using metaphors, using
Double entendres.
yeah, double entendres. Like there are a lot of stuff that you put in while writing a song. You need to give meaning. You need to at least like try to open the code for people to understand, like people to take in from what you're trying to say. They can have different meanings. It comes out in multiple ways, like even in paintings, right?
Right.
So when you look at a painting, sometimes the artist wants you to find the meaning by yourself. They don't try to demonstrate it through the painting. It might have various meanings. So similarly, when you're writing something, you want the people to take in whatever you're writing and consider it as their story. Let it be their story that you're trying to convey through a song or through your writing. So this is something that I believe is important when you're writing. And other than this, I've been like writing for past 4 years now, 4 5 years, and I only call myself a lyricist is because I believe in what I write, and it's not something that I do by, you know, okay, if this person is saying something, let's just copy that and write it in my way. It's something that
Right.
I've gone through. It's not something that I'm joking about, or it's not something that I'm just simply saying it because it sounds cool or it sounds very philosophical. It's not that. I've gone through that and I've shared my emotions, and whatever I've said is true. And me calling myself a lyricist is based on that whatever I say has been very true to me and very closely attached to me. So it's like being a poet, but with music in it. So,
Right.
so a poet also tries to showcase his emotions, his thoughts. So yeah, I'm just a poet with music.
Wise words, my man. Nice thing to end off with. And yeah, it was nice to hear about how your journey has been from when you started writing to writing now. And I'm sure you can tell a difference between the way the lyrics have been written or the way you express yourself through your lyrics. And you guys both mentioned about the track "Bossed Up," the track which released 2 years ago. So, could you guys give me a little more of an explainer as to the process that went behind the song, writing the song, some experiences you had in the studio, and one more thing to add to that. It's not just about "Bossed Up," but I know you guys have worked together a lot before, not just on "Bossed Up." You've done other stuff together. So, I want to know what is one of the best experiences you've had together in the studio.
Oh, wow, I have all the answers.
Go for
So for
Can't wait to hear
Boston,
it.
you don't have to go 2 years back. You have to go 4 years back.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
2018. Yeah, June 2018.
June 16th, 2018.
Yep. So we know the date as well when
Nice.
when it was top
If you
floor.
remember the date, it's going to be quite the story.
Yeah. So
Strap in.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, like we started off by phone, right? Of course, we weren't together at that point of time. He used to send me music. I used to send him a voice recording of what I think would match to the song or it goes with the song.
Yeah.
So we did that, and slowly as we started developing the song a little bit, we got something which we didn't expect we could do. He knew that he can make music. I know that I could write. We didn't know it can come.
Yeah,
and it would be
because that was my first ever like lyrical attempt of a song of my own. Basically, like I used to only make instrumentals, and this was my first attempt into like hip hop, and first attempt into like having an artist. He was my first ever collaboration. So
shout
yeah, my first ever, and it's insane. So like, I kid you not, this laptop here is was placed on a bed with no bed sheet.
We have
in
the
a
photo
room.
on one LED mouse.
One LED mouse that could change color. I don't have it now, but we just placed it there, and I just came up with this melody which goes on a Saturn lead in GarageBand. And that just blew our minds. And then we had brass tabs, we had pianos, and then we made it like a fit in beat.
Exactly.
And then he was like, "I'll be chilling with my broski." He recorded it on a Samsung earphone microphone. He's like, I've been celib with my broski.
Nice.
Well, I wouldn't say I was the best lyricist at that point either, but then we grew. It
Yeah,
took
we
us
grew.
2 years, but we grew.
We grew.
And moreover, other than this, we recorded the song in the studio itself, the Octavium studio.
Yeah, we later came in. We're like, okay, we are so glad we didn't release it.
Yeah.
It was so cool. We came. I called him back into the store. I'm like, see, I'm doing this music production course, and do you want to hop in the studio for real? And he was like, sure, why not? Opportunity of a lifetime. Let's go.
Honestly, like Sir helped a lot because
Sir helped.
it was my first time as well.
Yeah.
And Sir, he actually was into music before even I knew. So he told us what he learned. He told us what he knows about music. He told me to apply that. And that helped me open myself more while rapping it. See, rapping is something where you need to, express your emotions and be full out with it, which I feel like I wasn't at that point of time. And Sir encouraged me to do that.
Yeah,
so
he told you to like bring out your inner swag. If I quote him.
Like whenever I sing, you have to be like full out. Whenever you rap, you should be full out. So he gave me that motivation, that push. And that was like our first song. And we made a few more after that. I've helped him a lot
with more on the lyrics and side.
And like basically like it's something that we share where if our connect is so strong that if he needs something, I can provide it.
Exactly. And I don't even have to ask him further. I say, bro, this is the thing, I need lyrics. He's like, done. And he's like, bro, this is the thing, I need music. I'm like, done.
Like, bro, it's like I try to. We both end up thinking the same thing. Like, if he has given me some music and I've said something, I'm like, bro, this actually matches. Yeah. And it's on the same tone as we both are thinking, how we imagine a song to be. So it ends up like that. And talking about our favorite memory, I don't know, during the one day song we made.
Which?
Meri Kahani, we recorded in one day.
Huh. Oh, okay. So there is this unreleased song. Not unreleased. Actually, we worked on... Oh, no. Okay. So his first single that's come out is called is a Hindi song which I produced the beat and everything, and he's rapped. It's called Sakta Dunya. It's out everywhere. So that song we made it in 6 hours. He wrote the lyrics and everything, and I came up with the instrumentation and everything, and we're like, done. This is like all set. And he had written a poem for his college or school at that
It was
time.
like basically just a random poem that I had written. Like there were some thoughts in my head.
Yeah, and he was going to like say it on the mic in front of everyone.
On my graduation day.
On his graduation. And I said, actually, my brother, he's like, my younger brother, he's like my number one critic.
Yeah.
That's the word. So he knows, right? Because like
he's like
been with
the
us.
backseat dude who's like, oh, yeah, this is good, this is bad. You work on this.
Like Shell above sitting in the back, he's just like critiquing everything, and then if it's actually good, he just stands up and he's like.
If it's not, he's like, bro, what is that?
So he came up with this brilliant idea. Why not add the poem as an intro, which slowly transitions into the song, which is a hip hop song. So we're like, no one's ever done that before. It's basically a 1 minute audio of him talking about a deep about life basically.
See, and connect.
Yeah. about life basically. Sakta Dunya means tough world. So he narrates the whole aspect of it, and then he transitions into what do you say, his inner voice that's like, we gotta scream and voice out our opinions. So that's what Sakta Dunya is all about.
To frame it up, like the you hear people saying we made this song in one day, we made the song in a few hours. Like we experienced that. It's like we had something, we just like, bro, if we add this, it'll be great. If you do this, it'll be great. So the idea of having someone who you completely relate with, who you can connect with well, gives you a chance of having less clashes, having more
More
opinions.
opinions,
Yeah.
open-mindedness,
Hmm.
active
Yeah.
criticism, as in
Yeah.
like you can
It's not
accept
like, oh yeah,
acceptance.
bro, you're too good, you're too good.
Yeah.
I've also
You're not a
told
yes
him,
man, basically.
yeah, I've also told him where he can improve, what he can do better,
Hmm.
what he can add. So it's like that is one of the things that we have experienced in the studio,
Mm.
in that studio.
In that studio.
Like
Yeah.
basically, like this was a whole different place before where we started. When
Yeah,
he started.
I had to like renovate this whole place. So what you see around is like a completely new setup. So I have like a table and everything's like set up.
And I've seen that growth. Like
Yeah,
first-handedly.
he's been there. He's seen me
I've seen-
from the bedroom to like the home studio setup.
And
So the
soon
bedroom
to a big
mattress without a sheet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, without the So yeah, what was the question again?
I mean, you guys pretty much covered the question. It was a little bit about Bossed Up, the song, what it's about, and the process that went behind making it, and your favorite. I mean, one, since you guys have worked together a lot, one of
Yeah.
your best experiences together, which is when you got into the Sakti Dunya and like the
Correct.
6 hours song. But yeah, man, that's quite an experience to have, and completing a song in 6 hours is no easy feat. I can say that firsthand. I have not done that much composing myself, but being part of a band, I know what it takes it takes to go to write songs and to get something that actually works. And of course, having people that are not yes men is a great thing to have, because if everyone's just yes men, you're not going to grow. You're not going to become better. You'll just be stuck where you are, and you'll fall under that radar where it's like, oh, I'm better. There's nothing for me to improve on. So like for you, your brother's your biggest critique. That would be my father for me.
Yeah.
So I completely understand where you're coming from, and I even remember seeing you guys perform at the Musescape event.
Musescape.
Yeah, the Musescape event 2019, and for me, I think that was the first time I'd seen a performance of that genre specifically live. So that was one of those firsts for me, because I've not seen like people rap and a guy on a turntable on stage before. So for
I
me, that
believe I
the
was Octavium's first music production student.
yeah, I had forgotten to mention, but yeah, you were the first you were the first student that we had for the production, the 6 month production course with Arindam. Yeah, and yeah, that was quite the experience you guys had, and you, of course, everyone can check out Bossed Up, which I believe is also on Spotify, right?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Spotify, Sawant,
Yeah.
you name it, it's there. Yeah.
Nice. And that this pretty much brings it to a close of today's episode of Offstage. It's been, I believe, this is episode 19, and it's been great having you guys on. And I had a lot of fun. I'm sure the viewers did as well. You can check them out on Instagram, YouTube, and if their music is, of course, available everywhere, as they just said. We can check them out at VickyVortex and at Sakshat. And yeah, that's the end of the episode. See you
Thank
guys.
you so much, Anagh. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you for
us.
having us. It was great talking to you.
Thank you for joining me.
Peace out.
Bye.